It is further apparent the hypocrisy in protesting the presence of a religion in a public setting by putting a religion in a public setting. Those who stand by a secular position should stay the course from the get-go. Recently, the American Humanist Association threatened to bring suit against the Air Force on behalf of an atheist who was denied re-enlistment because he wouldn't end the Air Force oath that mandated him to say or acknowledge in writing, "So help me God." The Air Force complied with the protection of the unnamed airman's First Amendment rights, and it is now optional to acknowledge "So help me God." Imagine that, all done without a threat of suing the Air Force if they refuse to also include the oath, "So help me Satan." The Church of Satan has always sided with this approach. The challenging of religious stations and government and state institutions through non-religious motions to change laws that would further restore the secular position this country was founded on. From a recent statement from Peter Gilmore, our current high priest, concerning the politics of the Church of Satan, quote, "The position of the Church of Satan has always been live and let live concerning other belief systems, so long as they are not attempting to force themselves upon us. If we consider that such a situation is occurring, we use existing legal channels to deal with it. We are secularists and individualists, so our organization does not perform acts of political activism, as each member's political views are his and her own affair. Our members who feel that religious monuments and public spaces are inappropriate support and participate in secularist organizations which have the ability to deal with their removal via legal and legislative means. Our literature has stated these views for decades." This, as example above has illustrated in the Air Force happening recently, can happen without the inclusion of religious jargon or paraphernalia, which would only serve to muddle and distract these institutes' operations from an otherwise beneficial aim. Those who claim a name Satanism or Satanist, yet deviate from its defining characteristics, are simply not. They are more than free to decide to do whatever they want, and are free to accept the consequences or rewards of their actions. And they are free to think of a name for themselves that doesn't infringe upon an already well-established ones. Just don't call yourself a tiger if you haven't got the stripes. I'd like to thank you all for coming tonight. That concludes my presentation. I hope it was informative, and for those who go, have a wonderful Halloween. Don't forget to grab some candy.
So a quick break, and then we'll open the floor.